Hey, this is YBR with BeamNG Drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Insane Testing. Now, this is a map that has been around a long time. In fact, I made a video for it in the past, but it's been updated a few times since then, and this is the final version, which was just recently released. So I decided it was time to revisit the map. As you can see, there are a lot of locations we could start at, but me being me, we always got to start at the default location no matter what it is. And this is actually a different location than I thought I was going to be. I think the default location just chooses one of the options at random, or I just completely misclicked. Either way though, we are right in front of this tunnel, so let's start off by driving right into this tunnel. Inside this tunnel, there's something pretty interesting. It looks like a crash test facility, but when you actually do the crash, it does something pretty cool. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do the crash and let you see it right here. So all that was automatic. The slow motion, the camera change, all done by the map. I had to do nothing, and I got a beautiful camera angle just like that. And then when you get bored of the crash, you can go ahead and hit full speed. Sometimes the car will deflect far enough away where it'll get you out of this camera automatically. Other times, you just kind of stick in the barrier and can't go anywhere, and the camera just stays there until you find a way to drive out of there. And we're not going to really find a way to drive out of here, but we can at least yank it out of here to show you, yep, the camera will eventually detach itself when you get far enough away, just like that. I say we could go ahead and do one more of these crashes with a different vehicle, so let's go ahead and grab something a little bit more flimsy, because a pickup truck is still pretty strong, but if we get something like a regular Ibishu Pessima, this thing should smash a little bit easier. And this time, let's say we were running a normal crash test like the crash testing facilities normally do. Everything is normal. I like the word normal right now. And then everything goes abnormally. The car suddenly loses control and they slide into the barrier like that, and suddenly you've developed a new crash test, which actually works out pretty well for that camera angle. That's what I wanted to see, is if you do a different camera angle, how does it work? And it worked pretty good. And let's see, can we drive this thing? No, the engine's completely dead, so we'll have to go ahead and reset it. And that's all we're gonna do here, because you can only crash into the same thing so many times, but thankfully, there are a lot of things around here to crash into. But before we do the crashing, there is a giant hill I want to climb. Well, I don't even know if you can call that a hill. You almost want to call that a mountain, it's so big. So you look at that and you think, well, what vehicle would be good at climbing a really steep and smooth dirt road? First guess would be, let's get an off-road car. So we would go with the Ibishu Hopper Custom Edition, because that's a pretty serious off-road vehicle. And to give it even more off-road capabilities, I'm going to go ahead and lock the differentials right here. And we're going to get to that hill with a pretty good speed of at least 70 miles per hour, it looks like. And when we hit that hill, let's see what happens. That's a pretty good entry angle right there. Nice and smooth, little bumpy. We are slowing down already, but it looks like maybe we might have enough momentum to get up this thing. But prior testing tells me this is not the correct vehicle to use. As you see right here, we are already basically stuck and we're going to be falling backwards soon. So let's get the correct vehicle for climbing a steep dirt road. And the best vehicle for doing that is pretty much anything with a lot of power and all-wheel drive. So if we wanted to, we could use an ETK 800 and we could get the 856 TT Sport Plus, and it'll probably be able to make it up. If not, we can always get something a little bit more powerful, but I think this will be enough. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the electronic stability control, because all that does is hold me back. And really the biggest thing here is just have more speed when you enter the bottom of the mountain, so you have more momentum as you climb it. And yes, you will eventually run out of speed, but you need just to have enough to get to the top, and that's it. So right here, we have already surpassed the distance we made it with the Ibishu Hopper. And we are slowing down, but we're almost to the top. Come on, ETK, let's go. You got it. All right. Nice and easy there. And now that we're at the top, it's time to go back down, but I don't want to have to climb it multiple times, so we'll save this location by resetting the car right here. And now we can drive down the hill and just reset it back up once we wreck it. So we're going to do this 2, maybe 3 times. Depends if it looks interesting enough to do it 3 times. First thing we're going to do is go to that giant black pit. That's actually a body of water, so we can fly over that, smack into those containers, and then just gently roll into the body of water, which is really, really dark. I don't know if that's water. That's like some dirty, contaminated, oily water probably. And then we're going to go ahead and do this one more time. This time we're going to go to the right side, which is kind of like a jump of sorts, but it's not really smooth like a jump. It's just more of a bump that pops you into the air. So just like that, it popped me into the air. And we're going to fly with my rear to the thing. Can we still drive? No, this car is dead. So here's just a quick look at the damage before we go ahead and reset it. And that's all we're going to use the hill for, so we can go ahead and go to the next area. And to get to the next area, you can kind of do something fun where you go up this and just drive around it like that. It's completely pointless, but it is kind of fun to do. And we're gonna go to that ramp over there you just see sitting on the edge of this thing. If I can kind of maneuver it into position, that's good enough. All that matters is that we land on the correct target. And the correct target is pretty big. So I had a lot of miss room right here. And this time we're gonna go ahead and use a lot of slow-mo, 100 times slow-mo. And let's just admire this. Sometimes it's nice just to admire the crash. So we'll bring the car back up here and continue doing what we were doing, which is basically just driving all over the place. So we'll continue along this road a little bit more than last time and go to the next interesting thing, which is a giant staircase, which I'm gonna just basically slide into because I'm sliding all over the place right here. So onto the staircase we go, and I like entering these at a pretty low speed. That way it really bounces at the start. And this one has a good depth to it, where you can actually enter it nice and slow and have it bounce pretty good without getting stuck. Like you saw right there, we weren't going that fast. And it gained speed. Now we're flying through this thing. There's no way we could possibly get stuck at these speeds. It's just a question of, will we stay on it all the way? And the answer is yes. Yes, we will. I'll give you guys a quick look at the damage here. I'm trying to rev up the engine and nothing's happening. So there's a little bit of the rear, a little bit of the front, and then how about a little bit of the bottom? There we go. And then we'll bring it up here again. And this will probably be the last time we spawn up in this location with this vehicle, because the next thing we're going to be doing needs something a little bit more off-road focused. In fact, if we're going from the bottom to the top, we would need something super serious in off-roading. But since we're going from the top to the bottom, we don't need anything too good at off-roading. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and grab a roamer. And I like the Fire Chief one just because it has the cool Fire Chief look. So we'll grab that one. And all we're going to do is just drive down the hill and try not to get wrecked. I mean, it's hard because this is nearly vertical right from the start. Can't even slow down. Yeah, we're getting wrecked. We're getting absolutely wrecked. Now, I tried driving up this with normal stock vehicles. I can get about halfway. Like, you'll see there's a spot where there's this really big rock. Right after that's usually where I got stuck with the stock vehicles because it got really steep right around there. Anyways, I think this is more of a thing to let your car roll down. At least to me it is, because I like watching the car roll down. But I wanted to at least give it a fair shot using a real off-road vehicle. And that lasted all about 2 feet. But I wanted to try it and make sure. And are we going to get all the way to the bottom here? It just keeps going and going and going. Do I have any ability to put down power? Yes, I do. We're going to actually get all the way. I'm going to go pick up my bumper or something that fell off earlier. What is that? It is a bumper, right? Rear bumper? Oh, I just ate it. I can't tell anymore because my truck just ate it. There you go. Yep, rear bumper. You can see the license plate on it. Anyways, reset this. And you know what? Let's do this with a not off-road vehicle as well. How about we just grab something real simple like the drag version of the Burnside Special? Why BR? Why the drag version? Because big engine is better. Even if we're only driving 10 feet, big engine is better. That way we use more liquefied dinosaurs and make more Prius owners angry. We got a nice little roll going right there. And I don't think this one's gonna get all the way down. It just seems like it doesn't have quite as much speed, ironically, considering it's the faster car. And yeah, we're stuck right here. We can still put down the power, but we got one-wheel drive, which is completely useless in this situation. So another look at the damage before we reset this thing back up to the top. And we'll keep using this for a little bit longer because it is a fun car to drive if you can control it. Now right there, it's kind of interesting. It has like an animated screen on it. It has the BeamNG Drive logo and then the logo from the author as well. So, down the road we go in the drag car. And this is going to be terribly uncontrollable, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to use 50% of this car's potential power right here because I'm just trying to stay on the road, which I'm not even really doing. But here, this is where we can use the power. It's just a ramp that goes downhill. And there are a couple of things you can hit down here. And when you hit these, they also have slow-mo, so you'll be able to see that. And I like it because it's such a fast crash, it's hard to react yourself. And apparently I got in between the post just enough to where you didn't really get to see the crash happen because we just flew right through them. And that is some serious damage. Like the whole body just shifted and the tire's coming back. All right, try this again. But this time, we're not going to worry about the post. Instead, we'll go to the target to the right, which is a little bit harder to miss. And I'm pretty sure that one does these slow-mo as well. This time, it'll be a little bit easier to see it, though. And this time, I'll go a little bit faster to the destination because I trust my car. I shouldn't do this. Oh, don't you dare fall off the road. There we go. Now, I got to somehow stop before we get to the ramp. All right. And floor it. Floor it. Yeah, pop a wheelie. Pop a mean wheelie just to show off. Here we go. Does it have slow-mo? Yes, it does, but we're going so fast because we have a drag car. It barely is in slow-mo. You need extra slow-mo when you got a super fast car like that. And just the front's mangled again. Bringing it back up one more time, and this time, let's try a little bit of a shortcut, huh? See, does this work? Oh my goodness, it's gonna work, it's gonna work, it's gonna work, it's gonna work. I'm just gonna let it coast. I'm not accelerating at all. You hear the engine revving? That's just from it coasting. That actually worked lovely. And I also want the drag car for this area right here because this one, you need a fast car. And I don't want to drive this again, so we'll save this spot and then floor it. We gotta go really fast right here because there is a big jump. There's actually two jumps. There's one to the left and one to the right. The one to the left doesn't get you where you want to go. The one to the right gets you where you want to go. So you got these targets right here and you want to get as many points as you can. This time we're only going to get about 800. That's still 8 out of 10. That is a B. That's above average. And now I'll take a look at the damage once this thing calms down. And I have successfully turned my Burnside Special into a Volkswagen Beetle. Like, look right there at the hood. It looks just like the Volkswagen Beetle shape. That's awesome. All right, reset. And then we can go ahead and do the other ramp as well. This one I think we want to go a little bit slower at because no matter what you do, it's not going to really shoot you towards the point. So I'm just going to let it coast into the ramp at about 140, maybe 130 miles per hour. Get a little bit of a slow-mo right there, and then we just fly into the air. And we're not going to reach that 200, I don't think. No, not even close. This thing's not going to drive, is it? Let's make sure, though. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe that drives. I mean, look at it. It's like half the car is gone. It looks like it's 2D on one side. It's like, I'm fine. I can drive. Not good, but it can drive. I don't want to drive a bad car, though, so time to reset and go on to the next area. Although it's kind of hard to do that with this car. And actually, did you guys see that? Okay, hold up. Like right there. Doesn't that look like a Chinese dragon or something? You got like the head right there, and then you got a bunch of trees that all look like the tail of the dragon. It's actually, there is a dragon head or something down there. I'm not exactly sure what animal it is off the top of my head. But when you have it right from that angle, it looks like a Chinese style dragon. That is cool. All right, so over here, we just have a road that goes down. It's more of a way to get up. We're not going to focus on that. Over here, we have a completely empty tube. No fun there. And right here, we have a tube full of things. That's what I'm looking for. You can try to avoid the things, or you could try to hit them, whichever you prefer. I'm going to try to avoid them, but it didn't work. That did not work. Can we still drive, though? The answer is probably yes. Yes, barely. Three-wheel drive or one-wheel drive with 3 wheels, though, is not a winning strategy. We're just going to go ahead and swap it again for a new vehicle. This time, let's get something a little pedestrianer. We'll get a 2400 IS version of the ETK I series. And we can drive this thing up a hill, a dirt hill. I think we can do that. I believe in it. Plus, we got momentum going into it. That's all you really need is the momentum. And momentum and up the hill. Whoa, got a little bit of air right there. No damage, though. And then down the hill. Nice and simple. We're going to go over here. We got a bunch of crash test things over here. So we'll just kind of go through the list. This one is like a crusher with a wall behind it. So it crushes your roof down. You see right here, just smooshing. We didn't have enough speed to actually get through it to get to the wall. But we did get a nice smoosh on the car. And I would keep using this if the drive shaft didn't break. You see, it says drive shaft R is broken. So unfortunately, can't be using that. So we'll just go ahead and reset it. And then we're back here, which gives us more room to get up to speed for these next ones. And I kind of want to do the first one again, but I'm not sure if we have enough room to even make that big of a difference in terms of speed. So instead, let's do a jump. I think that's a pretty good speed. No, it's not. That's short. Ooh. I just bananaed my car. If my car was yellow right here, that would have been perfect. I love those crashes. Anyways, reset and go to the next target. So the next target is going to be those colorful spikes. They really are a rainbow of them if you haven't seen them yet. You will soon. We're going straight at them right now. I don't even have to do any steering probably. Maybe just a little bit of correction here and there. I'm going to hit these things with about 16 times slow-mo going. Not too much, but not too little. Nice. And you see the hood shoot right off because the spikes hit right under the hood. Doors flying open, engine hanging out, car damaged, doesn't drive at all. Time to reset this thing. And then on to the next target, which is another convertibilizer, which is not a technical name at all. It's just one of those dumb names. It's like, you know, I'm going to call these convertibilizers, and I always have ever since. But the difference is this one is spiky, so it doesn't convertibilize it as smoothly. So you see right here, all those spikes? Yeah, nice and spiky. And we try to take a good look at this thing, zoom in a little bit, rotate. There you go. And you can see the pedal moving as I'm tapping it right here. But otherwise, dead car, reset. And I gotta know, could I have made the jump from this location using this car if I didn't slow down? Because I slowed down just a little bit because I thought I was going too fast, and in the end I was actually going too slow. So we're gonna floor it this time, maybe just let up a tiny bit, like just a little bit less than last time, and that is pretty smooth. Yeah, the door's open, we splatted all over the place, but it's not an easy jump to land smoothly. And can we get out of here if we just smash into the wall? Yes! Well, mostly everything in terms of drive shaft is broken. We made it up to the higher area, which is why I wanted to go. And now we need another drag car. And you're like, why? You already had a drag car. Why do you need another one? You'll see. Just give me a second here. Okay. We spawned it up, and we're going to just drive over to that tree. And I don't mean tree with the leaves. I mean a drag tree. And I went way too fast to it. Hello, dirt. So right here, we could do some drag racing. I do need to replace this car, though, because I bumped into the dirt right there. So we'll go ahead and do just that. And it doesn't seem like there's any way to make the tree light up any differently. It's always lit like that. So we're going to have a drag race between another Burnside special drag car and the one we already spawned up. Although it's going to spawn on the left side, so I really should have took the right lane with this. So let's go ahead and get this thing. Oh, it's not going to make it, is it? Nope. All right, well, I already hit them, so out of the way. I got drag racing to do. Gotta go fast. Line it up about at the line. Doesn't have to be too accurate here. Good enough for me. And we'll also reset the poor innocent Barstow, who was just murdered by a random Burnside special appearance. And then we need a target car to go ahead and chase after. I was thinking about doing it where I try to drive them both at the same time, but that's a lot harder than it sounds. Like, you find me one person in real life who is able to successfully drag race 2 cars simultaneously. It's hard. So I'm just going to grab this car and we're going to drive it forward all the way to the end of the drag strip. And then we'll tell the AI to chase it and see which one wins the race. Although I probably should have took something a little bit faster because it's taken a while to get there. All right, we're now past the end of the drag strip, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up in the menu. We want to hit AI, and then we want to tell them to chase me, and then I'm going to real quickly go to the drag cars, and you can see the race. The yellow Burnside special was actually winning for a second, which is abnormal because it's actually slower. Now, well, the Barstow's showing his strength as it really leaves it interesting. The Burnside special slowed down, and the Barstow did not. Hey, what are they doing? They're using some strategy. Oh my goodness, they're actually going to hit me in the pit. See, they're using strategy. They're like at 200 IQ, and the Barstow's at 80 IQ right there. So go ahead and just remove both of these, actually, and then we'll respawn up the Miramar. And actually, let's go ahead and replace it, because we do need a fast car for what I want to do. So we're going to grab the hill climb version of the SBR4, because that is a fast car. And then you see that huge ramp that looks like a mountain? That's what we're going to be climbing with this thing. That's why we need all this power and downforce, so we can actually stay on the road properly. I don't even think a SS Turbo version of an SBR4 would have worked from that spot. We would need more room to get up to speed. With this one, though, I think it'll do it. All right, we're definitely losing speed fast, but not fast enough to worry. Nope, we're still going 100 miles per hour, apparently. Although we're actually moving very few miles per hour on the ground. Most of it's going vertical. Okay, we're safe. You don't want to do that too fast because you can actually overshoot this thing and just fall off the other side. So over here we have a platform. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in driving right back down and reaching some good speed. So here we go. Oh, that's a mistake. I did not mean to get that thing into the air. Come on, just got to recover. And we're not going to be going as fast as I possibly could, but we're at least going to be getting close to 200 miles per hour, it looks like. Although we are definitely slowing down. We got 200 miles per hour, though, of speed-ish. Let's make use of it and crash into something. Put a little bit of slow-mo right here. Come on, hit the ramp. Oh, that was nice. You got pieces flying everywhere. That was a good hit. Like, it hit right at the core of the car. We still got pieces bouncing over the place. Anyways, reset. And then we're going to go over to that small ramp. It's like not exactly a ramp because it loops around on itself. I don't know what to call it, though. You'll see what I mean when we get there, which will be very, very soon thanks to all this power we have. Here it is. Looks like a ramp, but it flips you over completely, and then we're going to hit the roof. Is it like an inverted ramp? Is it a half loop? Half pipe? Not really a half pipe. It doesn't seem to go. It's like a 40% pipe. There we go. That's the perfect name. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Woo! How are you still driving? Oh my goodness. It's like bouncing and running super rough. You know, you pick up a friend. It's like, hey, your car always sound like this? Yeah, it's always sounded this rough. Dealer said it's fine. Bouncing all over the place, 3 wheels. I can't believe it's actually putting down power so well. So we gotta jump over here. We're gonna see if we can do that. My main concern is just keeping it straight on this bridge because with only 1 wheel of steering, it's really hard to just do that. We can't do it. And the coolant's overheating. That's bad news. We'll just have to go ahead and reset it and then try this again. Ooh, we are stuck in the bridge. Okay, move it a little bit. And now we should actually be able to do this. Now we don't really even need a fast car. In fact, I was gonna say we don't need a fast car. A fast car would be detrimental here. So we need to slow down just a bit to make sure we actually make it into the target, which is the hole in the ground with all of these tubes going through it. We're gonna bounce off of these. That's a nice initial hit. Spinning the car good. Don't just let it go all the way unless we can stick the landing. Nope. Maybe we'll stick the landing on the next one. No, we're not even gonna hit the next one, are we? There we go. Not a chance to stick the landing. We'll go ahead and take a look at the car once it rolls down into the center here because it's like this nice tube shape to it. You got the tires. All of them are just rolling all over the place. Look at that one go. He's going all the way back up. He can come back down? No. I don't know why that's so amusing to me. I'm just watching a tire roll back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, I am thoroughly amused. All right, it's going to come to a stop now. Yep, the wall killed its momentum. Tire's dead. This car is dead. Time to reset. And we got to make our way out of here, so we'll do that pretty carefully because I don't want to make any mistakes here. And I noticed the wing on this thing actually sticks out so far, you can crash your car and only make contact with the wing and the wall behind you. That is so strange sounding because I've never had a car with a gigantic wing on it before. I should get one though. So these things over here, not really the strong suit of an SBR4. We're going to need something with some nice ground clearance. So how about we go with a D series? And we're going to go big daddy on this thing. We're going to get the D35 Beast. Now, is this totally necessary? Maybe? It actually might be because this thing looks pretty easy, right? That's until you realize it's made of ice. You have no traction at all, really. You just need to have a lot of suspension so you can bounce around and keep your momentum until you get to the top just like that. At least that's the way I prefer to do it. I'm sure if you really want to, you could try locking the differentials, low gear and all that, but I kind of like the vicious and dangerous way of just charging up there, blowing out a couple windows, breaking your radiator, but celebrating in the end because you made it, and then you go back down in the exact same manner. Actually, going back down, I don't know if you have enough control to really not go down in the exact same manner. I mean, I'm sure I could have tried it, but didn't think about it. So anyways, we're going to swap the vehicle. We're going to go to another D series, but we need one with a snorkel. You would think the Beast would have a snorkel, right? But it doesn't. It's just a regular truck in the end. This is an off-road truck with a snorkel. Why do we need a snorkel? Because we got some water we're going to be going through, and it's too deep for the Beast to make it through. Now it gets even deeper, and we can use a strategy here. Once it gets too deep, engine off. We're going to let it coast for as long as it can, and then engine on and floor it. And just like that, we got through there without drowning the engine. And then we can keep driving through here. I don't actually know where this goes, but we'll see. It goes into a bush. And nothing we can do with that bush, so we reset it, and then we go to the next thing, which is a slick road. I don't think it's totally iced over, but it's like 90% iced over because I feel like I have a little bit more control over the ice hills we were just climbing. And when we get to the end with too much speed, we do that. Can this thing still drive at all? Let's see. Kind of, but not really. So we gotta go ahead and reset it. And the next obstacle is pretty easy for a pickup truck like this. It's just a giant sand pit, but I'll try to make it hard by swerving all over the place. Okay, well, not what I expected it to do. I expected it to kind of get a little stuck, not just flip over. And then we can't even maneuver out of here properly, and I drove into the ground, and it's actually just staying there. There we go, out of there. And continue along the sand pit even after flipping over, and as you can see, if you don't drive like an idiot, the pickup truck can get through there nice and easy. On to the next obstacle, which is just a crash test. There's no obstacle to it. Just crash and see what happens. So I'm gonna slam right into that thing. I'll put a little bit of slow-mo, not much, just 4 times, and then boom. Got a nice little crash right there. Does this thing drive at all? No, not at all. Everything is broken, so we reset it, and then we're gonna try to do the loop. I don't know if I'm far enough away to get up to speed for this, but we'll see what happens here. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle for this truck going at this speed. I don't think it's gonna make it, but come on, truck, I'm believing in you. No chance. Wait, almost? Not quite, but almost. So I got 2 solutions I can use. 1 is just back up more, and 2 is a lot easier. Get something faster. So let's get something faster. We'll just grab a Bolide 390 GTR, which has much more power than that truck, and it should have no problem there. And I will admit that I did not have a perfect entrance into the loop because I kind of underestimated the entrance there. So if I have a better entrance as well, it should make it even easier. And we're going to try using the outside camera, but it's really hard to do that with a loop because your left and rights get all confusing when it does that. And it's like, wait, do I want to go left or right? I'm not really sure. You just hope that it lines up perfectly like it did right there. Then we got to jump right here, got to clear the bridge and land pretty softly actually right there. Got a little bit of damage to the wing and the front, but it still drives. Maybe a little bit of bent frame as well, as you see is when I rotate right here, that wheel just gets completely lifted in the air. Yeah, that's a bent frame for you. All right, reset. And then we'll go to the next obstacle, which we need to, again, kind of loop around to because it's way over here. Now this, we need a little bit of speed for because it's this jump, followed by another jump, and then you go through some rings. So it's jump 1, jump 2, and then the rings, which like look like they're going to shoot you out of a cannon or something, and then up the ramp. And I think we might overshoot the target. Yes, we did. The target is actually right behind us where it says caution. So let's see if we can drive this thing out of here just to get to the target. Come on, boy. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Freed ourselves from that bush. Target right there says caution. Do not play on or around. It looks kind of weird. Like, well, why did the car just sink right there? Well, if you go in the exact middle like so, it's a hole into who knows where. And it's actually really quite long. And it doesn't actually go anywhere, but it just does this for quite some time. And I'm not sure if I'll let you see the whole thing because kind of like after you've seen 10 seconds, you've seen the whole thing. The car does get beat up a little bit more as it falls. But I was hoping for a big payoff eventually. Unfortunately, it just seems like the car basically will fall forever in nothingness after it goes to the black hole. So, I know this is going to sound really, really weird, but we're going to end this video here halfway through the video for the map because I realized I'm only about halfway through the map and it's been almost a half hour, and that would mean this video would be like an hour long if I tried to do everything at once. Who wants an hour-long video? That's ridiculous. So, we're going to have a 2-part review just because this map is so packedly dense with things. Anyways, we should be coming out this tube soon. I figured we'll just use this spot here to say that because there's not much going on. And eventually it will shoot us out of here. And when that happens, you get to see the nothingness. And when you see the nothingness, that's it. So I see it coming up right there. And until next time, this has been YBR. I'll see ya.